What's good, party people? Welcome back. Today, your day. Get ready. We're about to blast the fuck off. Life is bringing a lot of new exciting things to us. And it's our opportunity, it's our job to take the opportunity, right? We have an opportunity to take advantage of opportunities. If you're not taking advantage of opportunities, you're missing opportunities. If you're not taking your opportunity to take advantage of opportunities, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities. Yes, it's a word mumble jumble bumble, but it's legit. Who here wishes they had more chances to get something done that they weren't able to get done in the past? Yeah, me too. So why haven't you done it? Where'd the time go? Do you have time now? And will you take that opportunity if it presented itself again to you? My guess is your time went to a distraction. What was the other two questions? Your time went to a distraction. That opportunity is now gone. And skip over the third question, but if it presented itself again today, would you take it? It's the hardest question for most people to answer because everybody is so worried about what it is that they might miss out on that they end up missing out on things. And I'm a perfect example. I was a part of that whole Bitcoin trend when it first started back in 2008, 9, and 10. 10, 11, and 12. I was a part of that during that time. It started really in 2008, but 2010, 11, 12 is when I started getting into it. Now, why am I not a billionaire today is because I missed an opportunity. I lacked the awareness to take advantage of an opportunity when it presented itself the first time. So time went on. That was when Bitcoin was, guess how much? You don't even want to know like how much Bitcoin was at this time. You really don't even want to know because it pisses me off just to think about the shit. But it's supposed to piss me off because if it didn't, that means I'd miss out on the next opportunity. It was a fucking $1 and like 30 cents. Bitcoin, that's now worth 60 grand per coin. It was $1 and fucking like 20 cents or some shit. And I didn't buy it. I bought some, I had sold some. I just didn't keep up with the trend. I fucking dropped the ball. And that's something I'll always regret, but it's not something that I can't learn from. It's something I have to learn from if I want to excel in life. So what opportunities are you forgetting about, or are you just not paying attention to? Because you think it's a scam. Or because not enough people have given you enough information, whatever it might be. See, I don't care what the excuse is. The excuse never matters. The excuse never matters. Can you cash an excuse at the bank? Can you say, hey, here's all my excuses, bank teller. Here's my timing excuse. Here's my family excuse. Here's my work ethic excuse. Here's my emotional excuse. Here's all my excuses. Can I get some money for that? Can I get some money for those excuses? Bank teller gonna look at you and be like, security, can you get this fool about my bank, please? They're asking me if they can cash in excuses for money. Like we have money back here and they want to give us excuses for the money instead of giving us a check. Like the only way this works. Or some credit or something, right? You gotta come in there with something, but it cannot be a pile of excuses. Are you trying to cash in your excuses? I know for years I tried to cash mine in. And there's probably some points in my life where I still fall short. And I'm like, damn, maybe if I did do this, or if I did have this, or maybe because I don't have this, or maybe because I don't have that I can't do this. That's a fucking excuse. And the sooner it's learned, the sooner the success that the individual is seeking is accomplished. But you'll never get anywhere missing opportunities and grabbing onto excuses. I was talking to someone I really, really love. Like, love with all my heart. Part of my family. This person said that they were going to get up and do something on the treadmill. And then something happened with their television. It needed a certain update. And then someone called or whatever the hell might have ended up happening. And even them themselves said, see, here I go. I'm making excuses. And I don't even have to say it anymore, right? People know when they talk to me, oh yeah, I'm talking to Makaiza. Like I can blame the world as much as I want, but she's not going to fall for that shit. It's true, right? Because I hold myself to a certain standard and I don't let myself blame the world for what's going on. Even if I'm pissed off at something that's happening like last week, fuck, I was on a rager last week. That's probably where you feel some of this energy coming from now. But man, I was on a fucking rager, ready to beat somebody's ass. Like I'm ready to fucking get into a fight, kick some ass, fucking get punched. Let's just get raw dog on this shit. Like fuck talking at this point. That's how I was feeling last week. Well, I was at that point, but what's funny is the person who I was like kind of venting to about this, thank you for being there for me. Mwah, I love you so much. You know who you are. The person I was going through these like kind of like letting all this out with, I even said to them, I said, but I asked for this. I said, this is what I asked for. I asked for these experiences to take place. I asked for this change to occur. I asked for these opportunities to be revealed to me. And so now there's going to be distractions. There's going to be people. There's going to be things that come up that either I choose. And now notice the thing that comes up, it just comes up. But I'm the one who attaches the meaning. I'm the one who says, I'm going to let this stop me. Or I'm the one who says, this is my fuel. Right? I'm either the one who's going to stop me or the fucking fuel. It's like, which one is it? Every time something comes up, this is fucking going to stop me or this is fuel to keep me going. And it's even more fuel so I can go harder. It's like, what do you accept from that? What do you accept from that experience? You follow me? So thank God for that person for listening to me because I was fucking going off, man. I was lit. And now, looking back on that, I don't regret a thing I said, a thing I did, when in the past I would, because it takes time, right? When you make a decision that, hey, I'm going to be accountable for all the good and all the bad that happens in my life. Maybe you make that decision on like May 10th of 2018. And then here you are, May 13th of 2024, actually living it out. Yeah, it might have taken that long for the realization of it to become true, like the true manifestation. But throughout that time, you've been slowly chopping away at the blaming the outside world. So I told this person, look, this is my fault. Like, I'm really not mad at them. I'm really not mad at that. I'm really not mad at the situation. I'm upset that I'm upset about it, right? More than anything, because I know what's happening. I know what's taking place. It happens every time I put my intention out there. I say what I want. I say on the terms in which I want. And then the universe starts to conspire, because it has to, because I am God and God is me. It has to conform to what I'm thinking and what I claim. But as it's conforming, there's going to be some blow-ups. There's going to be some hot pockets. There's going to be some very cold nights. There's going to be some yelling, some screaming. There's going to be some emotional stir-ups. All that stuff is going to happen because I'm asking to be uprooted from something old and planted into something new. And the old, it's not that it was bad. It's just like I can't grow in that pot anymore. That pot, I posted it today from my favorite show, That 70s Show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Phenomenal show. Great for the laughs, just good belly laughs. But he said, you know, when he took this plant out of a pot, it had resistance. It was still trying to hold on by some of its roots. Okay, I was still can be trying to hold on to some old sense of myself by holding on to emotions, feelings, people, right? Things, my dog, right? My dog could be holding me back. I don't fucking know. But there's resistance when we're pulling something out, especially a plant. And then he said, but I planted it out here in the garden. And the guy on the other side, he said, oh, you planted it out here because you knew it'd do better? He's like, well, that, but I also knew that it wouldn't grow anymore had I left it in that pot. That's the case. That's the case for this plant behind me. If I don't uproot this poor baby, it's either going to die or it's just going to get like stumped and it's just going to keep growing to the same height over and over again, right? It's the same for you and I. So I said, you know, it's just the resistance. It's just the pain. You know, you don't want to go through losing people. You don't want to go through losing connections. You don't want to go through losing excitement or losing adventures with certain experiences that you're used to having. It's just tough to get through. But man, when I was on this fucking rager, I promise you, it's because I know inside of me that it is all me. So I really can't get mad at anybody. And I don't. Like, I legitimately, and I get afraid to make claims and shit because watch, one of y'all motherfuckers is gonna come and piss me off. Bet money, right? I'm gonna say this shit and then somebody gonna come piss me off and make me forget, oh shit, I just fucking said this shit on my podcast. See, this podcast ain't really just for y'all, by the way. This shit is to test me too. Any fucking person out there who's giving you advice, better believe they going through the same shit the minute they talk about it. Believe it. I don't care what they say. If they giving you advice on some shit, you better believe they're going to get tested on the shit, especially if they're a real motherfucker. Especially if there's somebody who really, really, really is here trying to understand life. Like really trying to get it. Not trying to make a buck off of you in this podcast, right? Not trying to sell you my course, right? Not trying to sell you a book. Like, no. Like, if I'm genuinely saying, hey, this is a part of life and this is how I would do it, like, you better believe I'm going to be tested on it. Something going to show up and be like, let's see how much she believes it. Let's see. You feel me? Nah, she folded. Dang. So, can you hear me? Okay. Well, there's a reason I'm asking. Remember I just said one of y'all is going to come and piss me off? Okay. It wasn't one of y'all. It was actually my microphone. I cannot believe this. Can you believe this? Listen to this. My microphone. I'm over here recording the video, and for some reason, my microphone decides to die. Oh, some reason. Well, maybe the battery wasn't charged, Makaiza. Long story short, this is the second video I've made after the damn thing died. But what I will say is this. It must not have been meant for the end of the video to have been on the recording. I only say that. I'm not like, oh my God, the universe is trying to prevent you guys from hearing something. It's like, no, fuck all that shit. What I'm saying is because of my time constraint, I currently don't have time to get on the same path I was on. Number one, the vibe's gone. I can bring it back up, but the words won't be the same, whatever. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just leave the podcast where it was, a 10-minute podcast instead of, I think it was like maybe 17 minutes or 7 minutes of me talking, and it's not being picked up by the microphone at all. It's just dead silent. So that's just where we are. I'm being, for sure, I'm testing my own test, right? I'm being tested. Like I said, when people come online and they claim things, right, with a genuine heart, with a genuine spirit, they are tested on those things to see how responsible they actually are for the information that they're carrying. Okay? This is being a responsible creator, right? If I have some information and I share it with you and I don't conduct the same thing myself, I am now a hypocrite and you shouldn't trust me, right? I mean, you can trust the words I'm saying, but you may not be able to like trust me as a person to get something done, right? Because if I'm folding on myself, meaning if I'm getting angry at outside things, outside circumstances, instead of looking at myself like, hey, I'm triggered due to this. Okay, why is that trigger there? Not like, why did it get triggered? It's like, why is it even there? Figure out what the fuck that is, eradicate that shit. But anyway, the plants can only grow when they're being placed into places where they can grow their roots deeper and further out. The further out the roots can grow, the higher up the tree can reach. And so for this plant behind me, right? And for that example I was giving you earlier, be the person who uproots themselves from the tiny pot that they're in and plants themselves into a bigger source of opportunity. And the truth is that opportunity is all around you all the time. It just takes a matter of getting out of your comfort zone, like I started with, and getting back into a place where you can say, I am here with life. Life is not happening to me. It's happening for me. Life is not happening to me. It's happening for me. It's producing things for me. It's bringing new stuff for me. And when we get to that mindset, it really does create a different lifestyle, and people start to envy you. People look up to you and envy you, right? You get both sides. People hate and people praise, right? You get both sides. None of it really matters. All that matters is you knowing deep in your heart that what you're choosing to do is the right thing and for you, right? Not the right thing to the world, but the right thing for you. And as long as you can keep that up, I think you're in good shape. There were a couple of other good points that I made in that in the video with no audio, but we'll leave it here. Thank you for joining. This has been Makaiza, Direct Sunlight. Mind is matter, baby. Be the sun, not its rays. And always remember, your mind is matter, not matter itself. See you on the next video.